All right. This is it. This is the first podcast,
the long-awaited moment
that we are making as great minds.
Yes.
And we believe this podcast is just for fun. There is nothing political, or there is nothing negative, or we are just having fun.
So no hard feelings. And the views expressed on this podcast significantly represent the views of the presenters and are not in any way supposed to be used as a justifiable stance to represent the truth.
Exactly.
Yes.
You had that right. So we are going to go through what we think is transpiring. Like we said earlier, this is Great Minds, and this is our first podcast. And we believe we are here to stay. We are not in a competition with anyone. We are just here trying to air out our views and just having fun. I mean, life is short. So we will go. I will start off with the introduction, and I will go by myself as GW, and I will be the moderator or the coordinator for this podcast. I'll move to my other colleague.
Yes, hello everyone. So I'll be going as double S. So off to my colleague.
I'll be going as NL.
All right, so we have double S in the room. We also have NL in the room. So we are all open-minded people, and we believe that you never know, maybe later on, in case we have a few colleagues, a few peers that are willing to join this podcast, are more than welcome to go through our channels, as will be communicated later by NL, probably at including where I will be for hosting our podcast.
Yes.
So we want to look at our colleagues. So how is the feeling so far?
It feels nice. It feels nice that this has finally taken action. It's left the group chat, and we're now doing it. So I'm happy. I'm excited, and it's going to be fun.
Yes, we are all excited to be here. We've been waiting on this for the longest. We have our views. We are always looking to put things straight, to make people see what we see, how we feel, and this is a great way to express that. So, hopefully.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will take this chance to look at. So, you've seen we've just watched an opening game of Premier League, the Community Shield. So, are we already there? You think, has it started previously the way the other ones have been starting, or it's something that we can? How is it so far? Has it projected the pressure for the upcoming games, or it's more of in a raw mode?
Well, it's given us what we have all been missing: the fun, the excitement, why we watch English football and why it's on the top. It ended phenomenally with penalties. So a lot of entertainment. I won't go much in depth, but it was really interesting.
Yes.
I also believe we have gotten the gist of how the season is going to go, because we all thought Liverpool were favourites and again winning the league, but according to what we have seen, we have to change our mind and our perspective.
What do you take of Mo Salah penalty miss?
Salah, I think he was on a lot of pressure. You know, usually the previous seasons, he was the playmaker. He was the big guy on the pitch. And now they have brought in some other guys who are really good. So I think he felt shadowed. So the pressure got to him, I think.
All right, colleagues. So I think that's a little bit of a boil up that can really get us moving. So I want us to move on to our next item here. We want to look at the key highlights, and specifically we are referring to the key highlights of the season break. Remember, from the moment that the other Premier League ended, there are usually very many activities or very many playoffs here and here, and we want to focus on the Club World Cup. We will talk a few on the current games that are happening, the CAN or CHAN, depending on how you want to say that, and also look at the pre-season, what has happened. So I'll start from SS. What's your take so far? The key highlights that you noticed for the Club World Cup?
For the Club World Cup again, I think Man City is not one of the favourites on taking the trophy this season. What do you think, NL? Based on what they showed us,
I don't think they are going to come back on form, because from what they had last season, they had a bad game. But this is the English Premier League. Anything is possible.
Exactly.
Yes.
Crystal Palace can take the trophies.
Of course. It just whooped Liverpool and took Community Shield.
Exactly. So you think in the whole Club World Cup, our main interest would what do you talk about Chelsea? You saw where Chelsea came from.
Yes.
And it merged the winner.
Yes.
So is there anything you want to discuss that NL?
As I said, as I will keep on saying, the Premier League is unpredictable. Anything can happen. That's what makes it the most entertaining league.
But now this was Club World Cup.
Yes.
What was the performance of Chelsea?
For Chelsea,
Were you surprised? Were you shocked that actually Chelsea made it to that level?
it was a big surprise because on how they were performing in the other leagues, in let's say the Premier League, then in the World Cup, it was all by surprise. But it was a good play. They didn't deserve it, but it is what it is.
What do you mean they didn't deserve it?
They did not deserve that win.
What makes someone worthy of a win?
What is your justification that they deserved that win?
Yes.
SS. No, I mean USS. What is your justification? Because it says they never deserved the win, and to a certain point, I would agree with him.
No.
I never saw Chelsea reaching up that level.
Okay, based on what I heard, this is my analysis. For starters, when they came out of the group stages and went to the knockout, their side of the knockout stages had a lot of weak guys. They were the underdogs and the big guys on that side, as compared to this other side that had PSG, Real Madrid. You get so by the time getting to the final was obvious. And then when they got to the final, still as underdogs, they made enough research, enough preparation. They knew PSG's playbook.
And that makes you think, given the fact that you're saying they went from a weaker side.
Yes.
But the other stronger side hammered and they ended up beating PSG.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
So it makes them stronger. NL, what do you think?
Yes, it makes them stronger because they won.
Exactly. So I mean, NL, I would disagree with what you said earlier. Be saying that they did actually deserve it, because it doesn't matter which side you pass through. Even the other side that you said is stronger, Chelsea came and hammered them. Not one goal, 3 goals,
Which were by luck.
No, being strong isn't compared based on how you've been performing in the previous games.
Yes.
Show us what you have in this game.
And that's exactly what Chelsea had to show off. Yes?
Yes, he did show it off, but still, they didn't deserve the win. They didn't work up to it.
No, now
Things just happened in last minute.
What do you take of Palmer in that game?
He was great. Palmer is always great.
Was there any luck?
was there
For
luck?
Palmer, there's always no luck. He makes his own chances.
So what makes you say that Chelsea never deserved to win?
I'm not going to base Chelsea just off one player.
I mean, look at all the goals. Was there any goal that, for example, you saw, I think was
Joao Pedro?
Yeah, exactly. Did you say anything like that?
No, the game itself was good, but how Chelsea got there is what I don't appreciate.
It's
Back
not
in the
about
days,
that.
to get to a finals, you had to struggle. People were crying. Them, it was by chance, it was by luck.
All right, colleagues. So I know this discussion may not end here. I mean, we can still continue this discussion on our social handles at a later date, whereby we'll have our technocrats there to be able to respond to a few things here and there.
Yes.
So I wanted us to discuss a few on pre-season, other than the Club World Cup. The friendly matches that have been happening around. I'm told of recently, Man U just won
the summer series.
Yeah, the summer series. Does that come to you as a surprise? I will begin from NL. Imagine Man U.
That's summer series. Abantu babera serious. That is how you won summer series. Muje mu Premier League.
It is here. On Friday we shall be starting the
exactly.
Premier
But katesting summer series kasana kanji. Oyagala genda kunywa amazzi kupoamu. Abana bakomyewo.
It's more of like stay game.
Exactly.
There's nothing serious in it.
League. No, though for me, I think we should take some good point and noting.
You tell us a few points in the pre-seasons.
Based on the players that have been bought, the transfers that have been made, it's in that pre-season that you see how these players are going to affect the games. That's how you see their contribution before even putting them in the real game.
A case in example, man, which player you think has really showed off some good quality in the pre-seasons?
I think Bruno Fernandes, as usual, Captain Fantastic. Well, you all know.
And you expect that what he has been showcasing in the pre-season is likely to happen within the actual games?
Yes, I believe so, because now he has Cunha. Cunha comes back and then tries to defend, and then he can stay on the front foot, which wasn't happening before. He had to do everything, come back, defend, go back, attack. So it was too much for him. But now I believe Manchester United is bound to shine.
Have you seen our man Victor? Victor?
All right, so
he scored one goal, which was a penalty.
No. Have you seen his stats?
But on Sunday, we are waiting to see on Sunday.
Exactly. We will get into that session at a later date to see what really is going to transpire this coming week. And colleagues, remember, this is Great Minds. This is our initial podcast. This is how we roll. And like we said earlier, is that we are not here in competition. And there's nothing personal here. Basically, we are just here to have fun and to showcase a few talents that we have than our normal activities or normal work that we usually do. So I want us to discuss on Chan. And so far, the performance of Uganda Cranes. And specifically, I want to pose this way, does that have an impact on the way they played the first game? Does the money that the president had promised earlier, does it have an impact on the way they played the second game? Do you think the game that is happening tomorrow is likely to make us, shine more? Or it was just by luck that...
The fact that they offered them money from the word go and they still lost 3. And how I know Ugandans, it's now not about money. They just weren't that good.
So, okay, yes, I'm going to agree with NL here.
Yes.
Yes, you can be motivated, but no matter how you are motivated, there is a limit to what you can do. And a better team will always whoop you.
They won 3-0.
But then that was against. We were against. What was it?
Was it Niger?
No, we are going to play Niger, so it was Guinea.
Yes,
now,
it was Guinea,
against Algeria. Even if they bring them back now, we've never won against them.
I feel like it is a big team, actually. I feel like they've gone to a number of World Cup finals.
Yes, I believe that, but then also I believe that I think we panicked a bit. Since it was the first game and we were playing against someone strong, but today we've seen Kenya.
Yes.
Kenya has hammered Morocco.
Yes.
With a red card.
Yeah. But you know very well the discussion we have when we were watching that game is that in Africa, usually red cards don't matter.
Yes.
The team will receive a red card and then they will look as if, in fact, they will even become more strong and more powerful. That's the African way of doing things. So I want to go back briefly on that point of where is the patriotism in this case? Why are you going against Uganda Queens? I thought you were supposed to be, powering up our boys to really go and... I mean, you've watched these games left in and right. I mean, not necessarily our local games or the international games. So what makes you say, again, our boys are not yet up that talent, that they can actually bring up something? You're saying, from the words that you're saying, that the win they just made was still luck. Or maybe they were facing a weaker team.
Yes.
So why? Where is it? What do they need to do?
As countrymen, we did our part. We showed up in full. We bought the tickets.
Yes.
Okay? They can't blame us. We painted our faces. We
supported.
You get?
Yeah. So do you think, because sometime back, I think the FIFA president was like... he said something like the Uganda Queens play shitty football. Do you still agree with that statement?
Yes.
Or it was a management statement?
No.
Would you say the same now?
Yes, because their last win, it was against a team which isn't that much of a threat. So, honestly, 3 is exception.
Okay, for me, I wouldn't solely condemn the players.
Yeah.
I think also the playbook, how the players were positioning themselves was very off. Like, how do you 3 guys go to get the ball and then you miss it and then you leave one guy behind when all 3 of you, one could have gone for the ball, the other could have positioned differently, the other could have been marking the guy. and we could have avoided the goal.
Yeah, and you see the few minutes that I actually watched on that game, you cannot critically that their ball was more of like a bouncing ball.
Yes.
They never keep the ball on the ground. I mean, maybe you never know. Maybe it's something that the coaches are noticing, and maybe probably they're likely to change on that.
That's what I was saying. There was as if they were panicking.
Yeah.
As if there was a lot of tension on the pitch.
Right. So away colleagues, away from our continent, away from Uganda specifically, I want us to deep dive into Premier League. You know very well, like every man and woman and kid out there, they are all engineering. In fact, I think as we speak, most of the ladies have handed over the remotes to either their boyfriends or their husbands or their brothers, whatever the case could be.
Yes.
So I want us to look keenly on the hot transfers so far in the Premier League and the expectation. And specifically, since we are mentioning about hot transfers, I want us to focus on just specific players with the interest of time that we have here. I want us to focus, number one, on Joe. Anything good or is as good as the usual transfers that usually Arsenal has been making? I won't start from NL because of the best years. We'll begin from Double S. Yes.
Based on Arsenal, the player that they signed, the main highlight I think is Gyökeres. And I think he's a really good striker, a really good player. I think he's still getting into the Premier League feel. You know, Premier League is not like the other leagues.
So what do you think anything good out of him in the Premier League?
Yes. I think as the league goes on, he's going to get better and better.
He's going to get, so if we link up with Kai Havertz, any good thing out of that combination?
I think it would be more of Odegaard.
And you think they would make a good combination?
Because he's a striker. He needs a through pass. Getting the ball, and his job is to put it across the line.
NL.
Hope you have a notebook somewhere. Gyökeres is this is one of the top scoring players in the league. It's Portuguese league. I think he has made about 97 goals in about 102 appearances. That is lovely.
Yes.
In Sporting FC, he was there Messi.
Yes.
In the whole league, he was there Messi.
Yes.
So Arsenal for a time we've been lacking a finishing man. Now we have him, without doubt. But so with our midfield having people like Saka and Odegaard, who are lovely at bringing those balls into the box. Now with a striker like Victor, I feel like we're going to be having way more balls.
But again, let's keep this in our heads that Sporting, how can I say, is like the big guy in that league.
Exactly.
So he was scoring against weak opponents. The Premier League is a different story.
Yeah, do you get SS's comment? Yes.
That just got promoted will whoop you.
The league is starting. Figuring that out. He has already proven himself in the pre-games. He has already scored.
Pre-games are pre-games, like pre-season games. You saw our earlier discussion. We are saying they are games more for laxity.
Trial.
There's nothing like straw. There's no competition ritual at all. But on that moment, Enel, I want you to discuss still in the same context of Arsenal. Noni. Do you think Noni is changing?
I don't think.
Given the way he has been playing on Chelsea,
I feel like his purchase was not something that was it's something that I think happened because they were like, you know what, we have this extra money, we have to spend it, we can't take it back to finance.
No, but keeping in mind,
so
whenever Saka got injured, you had no replacement.
No, but I don't think he's going to do anything for Arsenal. I don't think so.
So what you're trying to say, that the entire Arsenal management team sat down and then wasted the money?
It is a waste of money.
If it wasn't Noni, who would it go for?
Okay, yes.
I would, in the English league, first of all, I don't think.
Would you have gone for Mbeumo?
No. I don't think it's Arsenal style.
So who is Arsenal's style?
Yes.
I feel like the person who would have filled in the spot by Saka is a person who actually already hates Arsenal. It will be Grealish.
Really? But Grealish plays on the opposite wing.
Yes.
Exactly. That is now the issue.
And we need a replacement specifically for Saka.
Yes. There's none.
What do you mean there is none?
There is no one who is going to be as good. There's no one who's going to handle Saka's role. Saka is not only a winger. He is part of Arsenal's top scorers, and he's not in the center wing. He's in the left. He's in the left wing.
Yes.
So being a top scorer and you're in a wing like that is impressive.
So NL,
we have Mo Salah.
Exactly. Now you look at the leagues of
but
players.
Mo Salah is old. You cannot put Mo Salah in the leagues of Bukayo Saka.
No, achievement. The guy is scoring goals.
Exactly.
So he literally took the golden boot.
Exactly what I'm saying.
So what do you mean
he took the golden boot? Not literally, he actually took the golden boot.
Yes.
Mo Salah took it. Yes.
That is what I'm saying. Being in a position like that and you be a top scorer, you have to be really good.
And that's what I'm saying. What do you mean in the Premier League there is no replacement?
There is none. Because for one, as you have said, Salah, there's no way Salah is leaving Liverpool. Liverpool is Salah.
All right. So, colleague, the discussion of Bukayo Saka with the ANL, a diehard for Arsenal, for your information, is something which we cannot conclude now. So, again, I know we have hot topics and we can discuss that topic literally till the morning.
Yes.
But I want us to deep dive on too, because I know most of us here are fantasy gurus. We've played fantasy for quite some good time now.
I think this is the fourth season?
Fourth?
I think for the case of NL, it could be like the fifth season.
Yes.
It literally introduced us to fantasy, but for some reason, we for all the seasons that we played Wednesday, I has never get closer to any of us. So I want us to look at a few changes that the fantasy application so far has gone through. Is there anything that eye-catching? Or it's better off they bring back the previous application and then we use that. And we don't need to discuss that for long, or just like one or two. I'll start from SS. If there is any changes that you feel like they were not needed, or maybe they're making the app extremely more complicated than what we actually need to use as users. Yes, SS.
Yes, I believe the app has been made more complicated. They have added a lot of features. Now, the thing is heavy and slow. It has become sluggish because now we have the thing like Instagram statuses, where we view the news from, and now you can't see the details like before. Before you could see like this is where this is about the scouting that the team they have selected, the scouts, things like that. Now you can't see that. You're only seeing like a few as like top stories. Now, and again, they have brought also something new called the draft. I've tried it out. It's complicated.
You really need too much brain to use that, right?
Yes. In Simanyanga, you have to wait, and then the other people select players, and then you also select. And then if you are Isma inactive, they select a player for you. Now, what if you select a player you don't want?
Could you? And I don't want to sound racist here, but do you think the app in this time was made for Africa? Or maybe it is made for certain kind of like standards of users?
Yeah, I think maybe when they were designing this thing, they based off UK users. They didn't put us into account, Africans, based on the UX you are seeing here, the UI. The thing is too complicated. We are getting more features every season, which are unnecessary. Like we were already struggling to get into the challenge feature. Now you are bringing on draft. They have made also some good adjustments, like how the thing is the middies and the defenders are getting points, like best of tackles. We were complaining about this because in case I have a defensive midfielder who doesn't score or assist as much, and then you want me to buy him at some good price, so I'll be making a loss. But now when they make a block or they win a duel, we get something out of it, so which is a good thing.
NL?
Well, I feel like they did too much. We all knew that the English Premier League had like a bit of, pinkish kind of thing, but we would ignore it because it was like that said, but now it's all over the app. It feels...
Yes.
It feels there's too much color. They really did a lot to try and make it look like Instagram, as you said.
So
is this LGBTQ?
Exactly. Thank you very much. So it looks like it has so many colors.
Okay, so you feel like there's it's more of like a flower rather than isn't football associated with colors? I mean, that's what you see people having good jerseys, fantasy,
Oh yes.
So,
but then each one of us have a team they support. So if I support Manchester United and you make it red, that's fine.
Yeah, well, personally, if I check out this app, given my technical expertise, is that I actually had to struggle a bit to use it in the first place, given the fact that I was used to the previous interface.
Yes.
This interface looks a little bit off to me. I mean, I would say, if you rate this app out of 10, I would give it a 4.
Yes.
In my state, given the bad user experience that the application is actually having now.
Sure.
Yes, NL, on a scale of 10.
Then I'd give it, since I'm also a developer, I can't give a fellow developer 4. But I'll give him a 5.
Yes, and the SS?
Yeah, I think based on the previous design that we had, I'm also going to give them a 5.
Going to give them a 5. So colleagues, we'll have this discussion of fantasy again up as we explore more, as we discover more on the changes. But for now, I want the discussion to change a little bit, and then we focus on. I want us to focus on the as we go. Did you look at the transfer from Mbeumo and the Cunha and their impact on Man U? Maybe you can give us something small essence on that.
But now I'm a United fan and I'm not having any of them. Why? Because there is still uncertainty. Will they be starting? Will they be coming off the bench? But then for Cunha, it might be assured. But then for Mbeumo, even the last time he played, he was put on the striking role, which is not where he plays. So it seems like the coach is still fidgeting. He's buying a lot of players and then he hasn't gotten away how to use them, to put them into the game. So that uncertainty for me is not good for my team.
So you in your submission, you're saying the coach is still fidgeting.
Yes, and
when is that going to stop?
I don't think it is going to stop. It happened the whole of last season. He kept complaining, still trying out different combinations, and even when we were leading 2-0, he had to switch out defenders, and we ended up losing because of that.
NL, fidgeting, the coach.
I have to agree with SS. He is right on this one. I don't normally agree with him, but he's right.
So you think, is it the SSS? Do you think it's an appropriate time for Man U to start looking for a new coach?
I don't think it's, maybe after this season, if we perform as poorly as last season, yes, we should get another coach. But now that we are still now we are looking at Baliba from Brighton, and we have brought on Sesko, but then we have 2 other strikers. So which one will be played? So you see what I'm saying? Too many players and you're not sure which one is going to start.
Okay. So again, you hear still Man U looks to be something like in a state of quagmire. They are still trying to to figure out how things are. So I want us to, because I know fantasy guys, we are all fantasy guys. We all have our fantasy teams. So I want us to focus on our fantasy teams. I'll go with the NL. You can quickly go through what you've picked, and in case you want us to say anything of a certain player, you never know, you could borrow an idea from you. You could take us through your team and why, since the season is beginning, why are you starting with those specific players? Anything special with them?
Okay, so as we said, this new app is funny, so it will give me a few minutes to load it. But okay, it's now loaded.
Yeah.
For my starting team, I have Henderson in the goal.
Henderson, Crystal Palace.
Yes, sir.
As a result of today's game,
of course, he has proven himself more.
Okay.
These days, I think even who think Kofi he wears the new baseball hats.
That is in your goalkeeping.
Yeah.
Okay.
From now on, we're going to rename them from baseball hats to Henderson.
So your defense.
I have Munoz, I have Hal, I have Gabriel, and Steve. Then in the midfield, I have Jay Murphy, I have Palmer, I have Saka, and I have Salah. In my forward, I have Isak and King.
Now, who's King?
We don't know. But Mwadi.
Okay, then your captain, we've not mentioned about your captain.
My captain, it's still tentative, but I'm going to go with Palmer. I feel like it's safe to give Palmer on how I've seen Salah play today. I feel like Palmer is the best option to go with.
But you've not seen Haaland.
We have a bad history with Haaland.
So is the before NRO we go away from your team, giving us when you look at the prices for these players this season, we are looking at Salah being at 14.5, right?
Yes.
Then we are looking at Haaland being at 14.
Yes.
In the previous season, Haaland would come in as I think last season
he was at 15.
So what do you think the drop there? And Haaland is not in your team,
Yes.
but Salah is in your team. Yes. Why?
So this season, for a weird reason, the players are expensive. So you'd have to be quite picky to choose your team. But I believe Salah is more promising than Haaland still. Haaland is still off form.
So SS, your team.
Yes. So for me, my team, based off what happened last season.
Last season was that season.
Last season began. We ignored players that were too pricey, thinking that we would get the best out of our money, diversifying our team by getting players who were good but not too pricey. So we ignored Salah and Haaland. And at the get-go, that affected my team for 3 game weeks. So this game week, though I've seen today's game and Salah wasn't on form, and this might happen for quite a while, but he's in my team and I want to observe him for a few game weeks. And in goal, as usual, as I said,
Onana.
I made changes last season and they affected me. So this season, I'm going for consistency. In goal, Pickford.
Okay. Your defense?
Aina. Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka?
Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Is it because it was a Man U die hard, or
no?
You just feel like this time he can do something nice?
Based on my analysis, like at the end of last season, he was playing a forward role, which works in my advantage. I need those goals and those assists. So I went for Wan-Bissaka and it's cheap, 4.5.
Oh, you're also putting in the factor for money.
So now this other player, I only put him because I'm a Man United diehard. Dogu. I can't find any reason why he's in my team.
Yeah.
Though after this game, Arsenal's game, Man U have a good fixture and we have no substitute for this guy. He plays in number 3 and we have seen Luke Shaw is not on form, so he's always the one playing. So I want for consistency and players who play like at least 80 minutes.
Yeah.
So my midfield, again, Captain Fantastic, you already know. I can leave him out.
You realize that you don't have to pick a team based on the team you support. I mean, in your experience with fantasy.
Only the one that I picked.
So far you're picking Dogo because you said it was a Man U what?
Yeah, because he's a Man U starter.
Now again you're being in Captain Fantastic.
Captain Fantastic, even if I wasn't a Manchester United fan, based on of how they were playing in the summer series and the pre-games, he's been on form.
Yeah.
And I expect to see that when the Premier League starts.
So let's proceed.
Then next, Palmer. Good player, good at making assists, and he takes the penalties. I also went with the aspect of taking penalties because those are 3 points.
Yeah.
Captain Fantastic takes penalties.
Yeah.
Palmer takes penalties.
Mo
Salah, penalties. And now in the eye of Everton, he's also now on the penalty kickouts and he's cheap, 6.5. So he was good price-wise.
Then what about Beto?
Beto, I thought of bringing in Beto, but then I didn't want to have 3 Everton players.
Okay.
So I had to eliminate one.
So is that your midfield?
Yes, and my captain is Palmer. Now for my forward, Bowen, they are playing Sunderland.
Those are newcomers.
Yes,
They will come
that's my point.
With high energy.
Auntie, I want them to come with that high energy, and then they get shown what the City boys can do. We've been here.
Okay.
So, and then Joao Pedro. We've all seen what he has done in the Club World Cup, and we know his potential. My third striker is Solanke. They are playing band. And
you think Solanke is going to be able to do that?
Yes. On my bench, I have... This is my guy. You see how Henderson is NL's guy?
Yeah.
Ariola has always been my guy. And then I have... This guy is called Hoover. He's new in Wolves. And he's going to be filling in Nuri's position. I want starters. Whether on bench or I want starters.
And Nuri left Wolves, right?
Yes. And then I've seen a Steve plays and also Ramsey. That's my bench. So the players.
So that is according to Shafiq's thinking.
Yes.
And NL, we didn't hear your bench. Can you first give us your bench?
There is a player who's called King. He's the goalkeeper of Man City. There is again some other player called King.
Is he the fourth keeper or something?
It could be his bank somewhere.
Then there is Redmond. He's a forward. Then Scarlett is a forward as well for Burnley.
Yeah. Okay, so when you look at mine, again, I'm a die-hard, so I'll still go for Pickford in my goal. I have a few colleagues that, I think 2 players that so far I've had from NL and SSA is Steve, bandwagon. I don't know what he does, but I feel like he's cheap.
Yes.
So I had to put him in my team. And also applies to South. Again, I don't know much about that person. But again, of course, I'm looking at Mikolenko. As he did wonders for me last season, so hopefully we'll be able to do the same this season. So when I get to my mid, I have Mo Salah, I have Cruvert, I have Ramsey, and then of course I have the man. I have a feeling that he should be named as a Ballon d'Or winner. Is Palma.
Yes.
I mean, he's undisputed now.
Yes.
I mean, if you look around. Then on my forward, I have Beto. I have Ole Watkins. And then I have Haaland. So ideally, if you look at 2 my players, realize that my bank is equal at 0 now. So on my bench, I have Woodman. Again, nothing much about it, but because I'm on budget, I needed to look for a player that can fit there. I have Ashabi. First time looking at him when I'm selecting. Then I have Miley. These are all players for Newcastle. Then I have also Rodon. I think this one is players for Leeds.
Yes.
And if you check my bench properly, you realize that I'm not interested in the bench.
Yes.
And so far in my experience, is what I've noticed is that fantasy is not all about expensive players.
Yes.
How you juggle your players. You had my colleagues are picking players from funny teams. But you'll be shocked.
They will win.
Yes.
They will win and they will give you points. So quickly and briefly on a small experience that you can tell our viewers there over the last previous fantasy, just like 30 seconds each of us. Lorich, what advice would you give to outside fantasy guys there?
Well, for starters,
especially in team selection. Yeah.
For starters, this is kind of outside team selection, but don't triple captain on the first game week. That's a very risky move.
Yeah.
Well, the next one is don't try to spend most money on the most expensive players. At times it isn't what it seems. Yeah. And thirdly, don't be afraid to kill the bench. Yeah. The bench doesn't bring points.
Yes.
Unless you use the cheap.
The bench boost.
Exactly. Yeah. So don't be afraid to kill the bench. You can kill the bench and save the squad, because the squad is is way more important.
SS.
Okay, again, my colleagues are telling you to be bold. This is just a game. Have fun. But for me, I would advise you to proceed cautiously. Because these are the same guys that are going to laugh at you.
Yeah.
When your team is crumbling.
Yeah.
But again, it's okay to follow bandwagon. This is something we've learned from the previous season. It's okay to follow bandwagon. Because we all left Salah last season. We are like, we can't go for bandwagon. We need to look for our players. And then look what happened. We end up bringing the guys. So again, don't hesitate to follow bandwagon, at least for a short while.
It wasn't bandwagon, it was fitina.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with and the other thing that you're saying was something pretty interesting. I mean, according to me, is that the reason that's why sometimes we actually last season we had to pick Salah, not that we wanted to pick him, especially in the beginning games, is we noticed that most of the people actually had him.
Yes.
And in our specifically we realized we are losing out.
Yes.
And the guys are having more Salah, so I'm like, why not? When you
win at once. When
exactly, you lose. Exactly. And for some reason, we managed to drop off a few people from their rankings, and then we managed to over them. So the other thing I want to add on to my colleague is that what happened last season is last season.
Yes.
If you had a player who was, oh my God, shining last season, you will be shocked.
It can't be the case.
It cannot be the case. So don't come with that mentality that, this is going to do the same. We did that last season, and it was a
Give
hammer.
an example, Foden.
Yeah.
The MVP in the other season.
Yes.
We come in this one like, Foden has to shine.
Yes,
we buy
yes.
the guy. What happened? Son.
I don't know if even Son still exists. I'm surprised that the guy still does appear and so there. So our colleagues, I don't know if we can get into our next is I don't know. People usually are not usually familiar with this and want to get into prediction, and we are focusing on top games. NL, you seem to be having a burning point. You want to go through before we get into the prediction mode? Is there something you feel like you want to advise people on our previous topic?
Yes. I've seen a few people who leave money in their bank. What are you trying to mean?
What are you saving for?
Save for the future.
The money is not going to accumulate interest.
I don't know why they do it, but anyway, it's a free, I think, Premier League. So, but still, no.
Yeah. All right, so colleagues, you've heard the money that you have in your fantasy app. I mean, it's not taking you anywhere.
Yes,
just for fun. You don't need to have balance.
We should, I don't know, talk about that or send them an email or something.
Yeah.
Say like, can I send you a request and be like, Akasente? Yes, my username.
Yeah, so you lose nothing in having zero at your bank. I mean, it's just a game. So I wanted us to focus on our key games to make a few predictions before any of that coming through. Is that I want us to look at our first our first match. That is on Friday 15th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
That is starting at 22. That is East African time.
Yes.
If you look at that game is between Liverpool and Bournemouth. So NL, just 2 words. The prediction, or maybe who is winning. In case you are afraid to mention about the goal. So Liverpool, Bournemouth.
Liverpool.
Okay. So and SS.
I also think Liverpool is going to win, but they're going to struggle, based off what I've seen today.
I don't know. For some reason, I have a feeling Bournemouth is winning.
Bournemouth.
So to me, Bournemouth is winning.
Been an underdog, by the way. If they win, they are going to have struggled.
I think it was last season where they hammered it 7 or 8 by the same team, Liverpool.
But it is not the same team.
Yes, NL. I mean, we discussed that.
They had Trent.
Yeah.
And then a lot of players have come in.
Yes, but maybe now they.
But you've seen the performance for today. You saw it. Is that what you were expecting?
Yes, but
in the Community Shield.
People, Bournemouth.
This is Bournemouth. Yes.
Anyway, on to the next.
Okay, so we are looking at that is our first game, but then we have Saturday, and our first opening game is starting at 14:30. So that is East African time, and we are looking at Aston Villa home versus Newcastle. Norwich.
Newcastle. Have you seen Isak?
But Isak is in the moving mood.
He will stay.
Though I'm also Newcastle, not for Isak, but based off what Aston Villa was playing in the summer series. It got hammered 3-0 by Crystal Palace.
There was Watkins there?
I don't remember, but okay. Now you have to be able to
you want to change your prediction?
Defend.
Aston Villa, SS, Newcastle.
Newcastle. Rogers just got injured.
I mean, again here, I'm going to stick to Aston Villa. Winning. Okay. So we go to Sunday. Our colleagues, remember, we are focusing on the games we think they are key to us. You might have your other key games. This is what we are looking at as to be keys. Chelsea, Crystal Palace, SS.
Based off how Crystal Palace has played today, it's going to be a tough game. But I still believe in my captain. And I believe Chelsea will win. It will be tight, but they will win.
NL?
I'm going to go with Crystal Palace.
What justification do you have? Do you want to justify what SS is saying? Or
no. As a team, Crystal Palace has proven itself that they know how to coordinate among themselves. Chelsea, as I said from World Cup, is Palmer.
Yeah.
So if Palmer is sick, if Palmer is not feeling right, the whole team is down.
Yes, of course.
So that
is the playmaker.
Exactly. So the entire team of Chelsea depends on one person's well-being.
But now they have Joao Pedro.
Yeah, exactly.
Still, Palmer is
anyway, that is his prediction. Anything can happen. So my prediction is still Chelsea wins. Then we look at the craziest games as usual that is happening on Sunday at the
22
at 18:30.
As Africans, this is our trophy.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if maybe before going to the prediction of that game, whoever wins that game, you think will take the lead?
Absolutely not.
Not really.
In fact, none of them.
All right, so let's start with SS. Remember, this game is happening on Sunday at 18:30. That is East African time. So NL, Man U, Arsenal. Man U is home.
Yes. I'm going to say that Man U is going to win. But they were wow. Arsenal is beating it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you might know before SS comes it open? Can we tag goals to this game? If Arsenal is winning,
it's going to be a difference of one goal.
A difference of one goal.
It's just going to be a difference of one goal.
Don't draw?
No.
Okay. SS?
Based of what we've seen in the previous seasons, I mean, Arsenal has been the better side, but I can't go down burning. Might as well go down fighting. So Man is winning this 3-1. 3-1.
Do you want to comment in a few seconds?
As you say that the beginning of this pod, the comments shared and views represent those of the present.
So
on to the next.
All right, so I don't know why for some reason I would go with ANL. Arsenal is winning, given the way Arsenal has been. Still given that I'm an Arsenal person. Arsenal is winning.
Arsenal has been getting hammered.
Arsenal is winning, and it's winning by the difference of like 2 goals to a 2-goal gap given Arsenal.
Arsenal has been getting hammered in the preseason.
It is okay. The game is happening on Sunday at 18:30 East African time.
Yes.
Maybe what is our current camp? Is it still called or some other thing? Maybe it will disappoint you, but at least the radios are always on.
But again, we are prepared.
It's not so many weeks from now.
Computers will be charged.
Exactly. All right, so colleagues, so far we are in. I think we are literally clocking to the time that we wanted to surpass. But I want us to first and foremost thank you for keeping up to this point and for listening in. I know this is a live broadcast, and at the same time the recording is going to be available on our channel.
Yes.
For our colleagues to get through. So I want us to give each other, I think, a minute or so to, if you have anything that you feel like is burning as we wind up this podcast for today. I'll begin from SS.
Okay, for me, all I want to say, thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, and don't forget to share. We shall be giving you guys our views each and every week. And again, if you are a fantasy player, be bold. This game is for fun. It was literally created for fun. You don't have to stress about this player and break the phone. No. This is for fun. Go with your instinct. Choose the players you feel are bound to give you some good points. Select them and shine.
Okay, so NL, your closing remarks?
We should all remember that fantasy is it's supposed to be enjoyed.
Yes.
So it's like betting, and just have fun. Don't put in a lot of emotions. So it's just something to enjoy. Play around with your friends, see who wins.
Yeah. Well.
So one more thing.
Yes.
I believe we need one here for our local league. What do you think? That's for.
I think that's a discussion that we can have one as we see through. Remember, all the colleagues on this podcast are all devs. They are all both educated, and they are good software engineers. So maybe you never know. We could look into the insights of having something similar to that. But this is something we just thought of. Maybe at a later date we can see what we can do about that. Yes. Or probably maybe it is already out there or something like that. So for me, my take is that this is still a competition. We have our league.
Yes.
I mean, this league, I know sometimes when it reaches that time one of head-to-head, people start hiding their phones. People no longer want to issue out their podcast.
Yes.
They even no longer want to share their teams. So again, put in some level of competition. That's when it becomes more interesting.
Yes.
I mean, you can't be in a group when you're there. No, be there and compete.
That's why I say proceed cautiously.
Exactly. So, I mean, me, if you see me not giving you my tips at a later date, or even the tips I'm giving you might be limited, so that maybe my colleagues or my peers that were in the same league don't get my idea. So, for me, I still feel the kind of competition touch has to be there. So, I don't know if my colleagues have anything burning that you feel like you need to say it before. We still have like a minute to wind up the show. So anyone with I know NL could be thinking of something strange. Maybe you can say it. Maybe you can change your mind on Arsenal prediction against Man U.
That one is fixed.
That one is fixed. You're not changing that. Anything you think?
I think the rest will be for the next podcast. But as per now, we are good.
Okay.
I just can't wait for the kickoff.
All right. Yeah. All right. So yes, SS, anything burning? I see in the moment here, Enelo say something about you, money. You're jumping out of the chair.
Yeah,
you want to take the mic.
I'm like, what do you mean it is fixed? Anything can happen. This is the Premier League. But again, this is all for the love of the game. So please tune in to our next podcast. I think this is it.
Right. All right. So thank you very much, viewers, for listening. Thank you very much for my co-hosts that have so far managed to be in the studio today. It has been quite calm. And I see most of the teams that we have in the studio are extremely excited, given the fact that Liverpool has lost today. We all know that. So to our listeners, we are always here for you, as you're also there for us. So like my colleague said, like, subscribe, and in case you want to reach out to any of us, again, the handle still will be able to address you in case you need something to ask us, or maybe you want to be part of this. Again, there's a due process that you will take, and then you'll be able to join this team.
You can leave something in the comment section. We'll be reaching out to you.
Exactly. So other than that, colleagues, I want to wish you a lovely week ahead, and please make your teams accordingly before the deadline comes into play, and have a blessed and a fruitful week ahead.
Cool, man.